one tree, one axe. One of the most over-the-top military responses in history. Bombers, commandos, warships, all mobilized for a single poplar tree. This is not a joke. This is the real story of Operation Paul Bunyan, a story you never heard of. The Korean Peninsula has been a powder keg since 1953. When the Korean War ended, it wasn't with peace, but with a ceasefire. The border became the Demilitarized Zone, or DMZ, a 250-kilometer-long strip of land, guarded day and night by heavily armed soldiers on both sides. And right in the middle of this frozen conflict lies the Joint Security Area, or JSA, the only place where soldiers from north and south, along with United States forces, could see each other face to face. In the JSA, observation was everything. Soldiers monitored each other's movements from specific posts, but there was a problem. A 30-meter poplar tree had grown tall and thick, blocking the line of sight between Checkpoint 3 and the Bridge of No Return, where prisoners were once exchanged. To improve visibility and safety, the United Nations Command ordered the tree to be trimmed. A routine job, or so they thought. On August 18, 1976, a team of 5 South Korean and 4 United States soldiers, led by Captain Arthur Boniface and First Lieutenant Mark Barrett, arrived to trim the tree. They were armed only with axes. As they began cutting branches, a group of North Korean soldiers appeared, led by a man named Senior Lieutenant Pak Chul, nicknamed Bulldog by United States troops. He shouted that the tree could not be touched. Moments later, North Korean reinforcements arrived. In under a minute, the situation exploded. The North Koreans attacked with clubs and axes, using the very tools the Americans had brought. Captain Boniface was beaten to death on the spot. Lieutenant Barrett fled, but was cornered and killed. On August 21st at 7 a.m. sharp, 23 American and South Korean vehicles rolled into the JSA. 16 men, armed with chainsaws, stood ready to cut. They were backed by 2 30-man platoons with M16Es and grenade launchers, elite South Korean commandos, tanks and armored vehicles just outside the zone, 27 helicopters hovering, B-52 bombers in the sky, and F-4 Phantom jets streaking overhead. Artillery was locked in. A naval task force stood offshore. The message was clear: we're cutting this tree. Don't interfere. North Korean guards watched, but they didn't move. Not a single shot was fired. 42 minutes later, the tree was gone. That same day, North Korea blinked. In an extremely rare move, Kim Il-sung expressed regret for the killings. Operation Paul Bunyan had worked, not through violence, but through overwhelming presence. It's remembered as the most heavily armed tree cutting in history. A dangerous, bizarre moment in a place where war was always one misstep away. This was Operation Paul Bunyan, a story you never heard of. Until now.